Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Okay, today's lesson is about how to install Laragon and also how to write a simple PHP programming and what's things that need to be considered as the syntax of PHP. Okay, so first of all, okay, in order for us to start with PHP programming, one need to install the development stack. The development stack. So the development stack in this class is supposed to be Laragon. Okay, there's some more options available in the market, such as XAMPP, XAMPP, and we also have WAMP, WAMPP, and also several others options that you can install uh, separately. Okay, you can also install separately because what is needed, what's are needed in this PHP coding development are the development stack, which requires Apache web server and particularly MySQL database server. It can be MariaDB also, no problem. But what makes installing Laragon easier, or development stack, any development stack easier, is they have some sort of compiled versions of all the softwares needed. Okay, one is the Apache web server. Why we need the Apache web server? Because PHP is embedded inside the HTML document. So in this case, we need such something to host your HTML file. Okay, previously you can simply open your HTML file on the browser. However, in order for the PHP script to work, we need to embed the PHP script inside the HTML and the interpreter. The interpreter for PHP script is available for for Apache web server. So we need Apache web server to host your HTML documents or HTML files. And inside this Apache web server, they also install the PHP module. Okay, with this Apache installation or with this Laragon installation, they will also provide the PHP interpreter inside the PHP module, meaning that by installing Laragon, you can get Apache web server plus plus the PHP interpreter module, and also we have the MySQL database server. By right, Apache web server need to be installed in port 80. This is by default lah. Port 80, port 80. This is a regular port for HTML transaction or HTTP transaction. And also we have the MySQL database server installation on port 3306. Okay, when you have installed Laragon, you will see these buttons. It's very simple interface. You can see the stop button, the web button, the database button, the terminal, and the root. So I will discuss this later. But before that, you need to know where to get the installer for Laragon. The installer for Laragon is available inside laragon.org. Inside the laragon.org, you may go to the download page. This is the download page, laragon.org. I believe you have installed this Laragon. You have downloaded this software. Make sure to head to your WhatsApp group, because there's I did provide our link for the download for installer, for the installer link download. So I would like suggest to download the full version. Okay, you may download the full version, which requires 147 megabyte footprint. So after you have downloaded this one, the full version, okay, I'm assuming that you are currently using Windows 10. Okay, so when you have download this, you can see the download file here, somewhere like inside here or inside the folder download. You may search inside the download folder. You can see the Laragon wam.exe. Okay, double click this file, meaning that you would like to open this file. And you will be shown the installation instruction. Wait for a while. Huh? Then blah, blah, blah. Yes. Okay. Now you can see this installer. Okay, select blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'll try to... Wait, alamak. What did I do? Oh, I press escape lah. Sorry. I need to start again. Normally when you are in the browser, you can press the Control J. So you can see all the downloaded files you have downloaded previously. I need to start again. I locate the Laragon wam.exe. Click yes. Now you may see the installer again. Okay, this is the installer. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Run Laragon when Windows start. This one is not that recommended. Maybe you can uncheck this run Laragon when Windows start. Maybe you can uncheck. If you did this, no problem. Then click next. Blah, blah, blah. Install. So currently I'm installing Laragon in C. Currently I'm installing Laragon in C. Okay, wait a minute for the Laragon. But I also have one more installation in D. Okay, in the meanwhile, okay, while waiting for the installation to finish, I will go back to our slide. Okay, so what is actually web programming? It's a combination of server-side and client-side to develop a dynamic website. Meaning that when you try to develop a web application, it's a web application, there's tendency that you combine server-side and client-side. Server-side is basically the one that you have on your server, okay, which for our subject, our course, you need to use the PHP server-side scripting. PHP server-side scripting. And there's another scripting on the client side, which is run on your client. I mean, client means the browser lah, because in a web ecosystem, you have the browser as the client, or the place where you can show the interface. Okay, the place whereby you show the interface, that is the client. The display, the interface that the user will be using. So that is the client part. So previously you learned about HTML. That is one of the client tools. Why we use HTML? Because HTML is a universal language or markup language that can be recognized, can be interpreted by all the browsers in the world. So that's one more scripting language that you can explore, which is the JavaScript. And that's the only, currently the only available client-side scripting, which is the JavaScript. Okay, but in this course, we skip the JavaScript part. Okay, we are focusing on the server side, which is the PHP. What is PHP? It's a hypertext preprocessor, okay, which run server-side scripting. It's actually a server-side scripting language, and is executed inside the web server. In our case, our web server is the Apache web server. And the script will not be sent, okay? The script will be interpreted, will execute inside the server, not inside the client browser. Meaning that whatever code, PHP code that is available that you can see inside the server side will not be sent to the client side. Okay? The different case where when you try to execute the client side, which normally JavaScript, you can see that the JavaScript or the script code itself is available in the browser. Later I will show you how can we read JavaScript, okay, from the client's page or from the interface inside the HTML. Although server script is also embedded inside the HTML, is not being sent. The code of the PHP code will not be sent to the server. It will stay only on the server side, executed, okay, output generated, and the output, only the output that will be sent to the client. Okay, only the output that will be sent to the client. Okay, why PHP, blah, blah, blah. Okay, maybe you can read this yourself. Easier to learn. It's free to download. These are some sort of benefits from learning PHP. There's also disadvantage or drawback, but that one we will not discuss. So we start with how to write a PHP code. PHP code, okay, writing PHP code, you need to encapsulate, or you need to somehow tag, okay, start this tag symbol. This is a tag symbol default in PHP interpreter. This is the one that is default. Then this pair is what we will be using throughout the course. PHP file normally embedded inside the HTML. It's something like this. So you need to open a bracket, a PHP bracket, and you need to close. Because by using this PHP script tag, okay, you will mark the territory, or you can differentiate the territory of HTML. So before the PHP tag, these are HTML area or HTML territory inside the PHP tag. Here you can use the PHP script, PHP command, and after the PHP tag, we are back to HTML territory. So these are some kind of markup. Okay, these are markups, okay, that encapsulate the PHP script. So obviously, when you write a PHP code, every line or every code statement you need to provide semicolon. It's very similar to Java. I believe you are familiar with Java. So to display, you can use the echo. So when you have finished, okay, I believe you have finished installing your Laragon, blah blah blah. Tak perlu restart lah. No, you don't have to restart. Okay, blah blah blah, finish. Okay, we'll start with our Laragon first. Before we write PHP code, make sure your Laragon. Make sure your Laragon is on. Okay, you need to on your Laragon and make sure this start. Okay, make sure to press this button to start your web server services. Make sure to turn this on to start our web server services. So you will get Apache web server. So inside this Apache web server, you have also the PHP module interpreter, PHP interpreter module. This is installed by right if you install the Laragon. So inside Laragon, you get Apache web server and also PHP interpreter module and also the database MySQL. So by clicking this start all button, you will execute or you will be running these services on the background. Initially, you can install separately. You can install Apache web server. After that, you install the PHP interpreter module. And after that, you install MySQL database server. That can be done separately. However, if you are using Laragon or any XAMPP or LAMP, what we call as WAMP stack. Okay, WAMP stack. Why we say WAMP stack? Because it's based on it's Windows based WAMP, Apache with MySQL and PHP WAMP, WAMPP, WAMP. Okay, don't worry. Laragon is actually an open source project and it's free. Okay, that's why we use this. And Apache web server, MySQL or MariaDB database are also free on open source project. And also the PHP interpreter, of course. Then make sure to turn this on, the Apache web server, by clicking on this button. So this is the center command of your Laragon or the control panel of Laragon. So if you don't need to use the Apache web server, again, you can stop. Before you write PHP code, make sure to start this. Start all. And after that, just minimize or just leave this window alone. You don't have to press this X button. Not for this Laragon. No need. Don't click this close button. No need to do that. And we go to our favorite code editor, which is the VS Code. Okay, so here you can see, this is our PHP code editor, which is the VS Code. This has been installed last previous class. So what you need to do is actually, I'm sorry, we forgot to go back to our, wait, okay, so I'll introduce Laragon first. Okay, before we write the PHP code. Sorry, back and forth. Okay, so after you have start all, you can view your what we call as local host. We call it local host. Okay, you can click on this web to view the local host. This is the button for the database. We are using Heidi SQL in this Laragon installation. Never mind, it's okay if you don't like Heidi SQL. You can simply install another web or another database client, such as PHP or dbeaver or any database client that you like. Just remember that this is the database server. Provided inside this Laragon is the database server. However, if you click this database button, you will be presented with a database GUI, database client in GUI. But that one is later lah. After the week 8, then I will introduce you to database. This is terminal. I don't see much of this use in my course. This is one important button. This is to point where your web root. What do you mean by web root? You can click on this web. Sorry. You can click on this root, and you will be presented with a folder. This is where your XAMPP installation folder. This is your XAMPP installation. Sorry, it's not XAMPP. It's Laragon. It's Laragon installation folder. Sorry for the confusion. You have the mine in my case. I use the one that I installed in the Laragon www. Okay, I use the one that I installed in the Laragon www. Okay, first thing that you need to locate is the folder www. This is the folder www. After you install Laragon, this is provided by the installer automatically. You can see the C Laragon www. Okay, on your part, maybe you need to go to C folder, C directory, /Laragon/www. Okay, C Laragon www. That's on your side. On my side, I install on D. Okay, on my side, I install on D. And I need you to locate one file. Okay, one file which name is index.php. Index.php. Okay, I need you to locate the file index.php. Because previously, when you click on this web, this is for Laragon. When you click on this web button, you will be presented with with this localhost address, localhost domain name. So this is the default domain name for your system, for your web server, which is the local host. Okay, which is the local host. So this is the default page that you can see from your localhost installation. When you click on this web, you will be presented with localhost. This page is not that useful because what I need to see when developing, okay, when during the development is the directory listing. Directory listing is much more friendly, much more useful. Okay, in order to do a directory listing in Laragon localhost, you need to find one file which name is index.php. Okay, locate this file. Where to locate? Maybe inside the C Laragon www. C/Laragon/www. You can locate these folders only if you have installed Laragon. Okay, only if you have installed Laragon. So if you don't install this Laragon yet, find it from the laragon.org website, okay, and download the full version. Okay, I also provide the link inside your WhatsApp group. Okay, go to laragon.org/download. Laragon.org/download, and you will see the download, the full version download. After you install Laragon, you can see the C/Laragon/www or the D/Laragon/www. That depends on where you install your Laragon installation, where you install your Laravel folder. D/Laragon/www. That's mine. On your part, on your side, maybe most likely C/Laragon/www. So locate index.php and simply delete it. Simply delete it. Delete je lah. Index.php, delete. Index.php. The name is index.php. Right click and delete. Index.php, right click and delete. Yes, delete. You can press the keyboard, the delete keyboard. And then when we have deleted the index.php, when you click on this web, on the Laragon control panel or the main menu of Laragon, you can see it still direct you to your local host. However, the display is slightly different, obviously different. The previous one is a greeting page, says welcome to Laragon, blah, blah, blah. And now you can see the directory listing. So from this directory listing, you can locate your project folder and you can go into this project folder. So what you need to do now is to create a new folder. My advice is to create a new folder inside C or D Laragon www. Create a new folder, no problem. Create a new one. Right click on here, click new folder. Okay, you can right click on this empty space inside the Laragon/www. Right click, new folder. Right click, new folder. So to make it easier to locate, I will simply write a new folder name start with one BT. Oh, sorry. What's the code subject? TDCS. Sorry, TBTM. TBTM 2053. So create a new folder. You can use your name. Make sure in one word, no space, no special character, just number and string lah. So this is your new folder or your project folder. So currently the project folder name is 1TBTM2056, and then this is located in Laragon/www, inside the Laragon/www. So you have finished installing, you have prepared this new folder, and now go back to our VS Code and open that particular folder, name 1 tbtm2053 inside Laragon www. How to open that? Again, go to File, Open Folder. Go to File, Open Folder. File, Open Folder. Make sure Open Folder, not Open File, not Open File, Open Folder. For the first time, you need to locate the project folder. How to locate the project folder? On VS Code, click on the File, Open Folder. So you open the folder and then locate your folder that you have just created here in C or D, Laragon, www, this is your folder. Make sure to locate your folder. Why you need to open folder? This makes your life much more easier because all your folders, all your HTML file, PHP file, image file, PDF file related, associated to your project is in one place, okay? Is in one folder. So by opening this folder, each time you would like to create a new file, it will be stored inside this folder. Each time you have your image file, put it inside this folder. Each time you create your CSS script, put inside this folder. So that later, okay, your project will be much more organized, better organized. So make sure to put inside this folder all your projects, all your PHP file, all your scripting file, all your HTML file, all your image file. So put inside one place. So you can easily locate them. Okay, you can easily move them to another system. Just copy that particular folder and you can move around. Okay, you don't have to locate in different folder across your system. So this is your folder. To create a new PHP file, simply click on this button. The name is new file. New file. Click on this button, then you will get a new file. Put the name hello.php. Hello.php. So this is our welcome, the hello world. Okay, the hello world of PHP. As I mentioned previously, PHP is server-side script that is embedded inside HTML page. So first thing you need to do is your HTML document. So you can simply type HTML, use the emmet abbreviation and select the HTML file. So by doing this, you can get the complete typical structure of HTML. These are the typical structure of HTML. It's merely optional, but it's a good approach, it's a good practice when you have complete HTML page. Just type HTML on your blank hello.php page and choose this HTML file from the emmet abbreviation. Click on this, and then you will get the complete HTML structure. So just change the title into Hello PHP and use the H1 to write welcome to my friend Ali. Contohnya lah. For example, if your name is Ali, then put Ali inside. So this is merely HTML document, HTML page. You have the pair, body, you have the head, you have the title, H1, closing for H1. And now you need to insert this PHP tag in order for you to write PHP script code. So this is the PHP tag. You can see from the slide. And let's say you would like to display the regularly. If you use HTML, you can simply put date for today is what's date is today? 17, is it 15?
16.
16. Okay. You have here 16 July 2021. So this is done manually in HTML. This is done manually in HTML. However, uh, if you open this HTML file tomorrow, it will still show you 16. Why? Because this is hard-coded. Okay, this is hard-coded. Hard-coded means you just put down the information. You just write the information for today's date. However, if you open this folder and you execute this hello world.php tomorrow, you will still get 16 July, although your date has changed. So can we actually retrieve this date from the system? Yes, we can. We can use the PHP code echo. We use echo to display information and use the date function in PHP. This is a date function in PHP. You can you can see this is function date, which is available in the default library of PHP. Okay, in order to for you to display your date, you need to provide the format, which day, month, year, something like this. So this is the format. If you'd like to print date with day number, month in spelling, and Y. Y is year. Y is year. 4 digits of year. And how to execute this PHP code? Okay, how to execute this PHP code? We need to go through the web server. How can we go through the web server and interpret this PHP code? Again, you can actually use the local host. Okay, you can use the local host. You can use the local host. You can also press the web button here. Okay, press the web button here. This is to execute your PHP code. And obviously, you need to go inside our directory lah. This is our new directory inside the Laragon /www. Click here. And you can see here hello.php. Here, you see that the date for today is 16. So this is what we call as dynamic. This is what we call that dynamic generation of information. Why? Because when you hard code, if you hard code your information, it won't change tomorrow. If you hard code your date information, it will not change tomorrow. Tomorrow you still see 16 July. However, if you add this dynamic element with the help of PHP, you can make sure that the system prints out the current date. Okay, it prints out the current date. Okay, it will print out the current date. That's what we meant by dynamic. Okay, by using PHP, you can generate dynamic information, dynamic content. Okay, dynamic content. Why? Why you need to generate dynamic content? Because we are dealing with a lot of variables. In system development or in this life, we are dealing with lots of variables. So let's say let's say you log into your system. Obviously, okay, obviously, you may want the system to greet you as your name lah. Okay, not somebody else's name. If you provide this Ali kan, Ali will stay here forever lah. If Ahmad log in, it still be greeted Ali. If Carol log in, you will be greeted with Ali. Why? Because this is hard coded. It's usual lah, because HTML is static. HTML is HTML is all about static information. Okay, the real HTML, it's only provides static information. Okay, if you see that dynamic element, such as when you log in, you will be greeted with your name, and when you log in, you will see that the date is printed today's date. So that's what we call as dynamic element. What do you mean by dynamic element? It suits with the environment. It suits with the occasion. Okay, it suits with the occasion. It suits with the environment. When you log in today, obviously you need the system to tell you that what is the today's date, not yesterday lah, or a day before, or last year punya date. So that's some way of generating the dynamic element in HTML by the help of PHP script. So I'll go back to the okay. Let me say something about variable lah. Okay, these are command. Command is symbol or code that will not affect the code. Code that will not affect. I mean, it's actually remark. Command is remark. It will not be executed. It will not be executed. It's just a note. Okay, note for us. Okay, you can use the single line command or the large command block. Okay, that's the example. And before we discuss further, I would like also to display or discuss these variables. Okay, this is what we call a variable. In any programming language, the first thing you need to know is what is the variable, how to declare variables in PHP, in any programming language. In PHP, they use the symbol $sign. $sign is the symbol to identify or to declare your variable name. What is the purpose of using variable? You can use this variable actually to store information or to store data. Okay, to store data. Okay, make sure not to forget. Okay, because new PHP programmer normally forgets the $sign when you write variables. So for example, you have, okay, before we do the exercise, these are some restriction or do's and don'ts if you like to declare a variable in PHP. First thing, obviously, you need to use the $sign and not to include any space or special character unless you can go for underscore. Okay, you can go for underscore. So these are some examples of variable declaration in PHP. Just go through. Number one, we need to decide whether it is valid or invalid. So number one is valid. Number two is valid. Number three is not valid because you have special character, you have the dash. And fourth is valid. Five is not valid because you have space here. This in programming language normally will be identified as two different variables. Okay, two different variables because we have space here. So make sure don't put space in your variable name. Number six is valid. Number seven is not a variable because you don't start with $sign. And number eight is valid. Number nine is valid. Number 10 is not valid. Why? Because you have special character here. And we have my books valid, 12 valid, 13 not valid, 14 valid. Okay, so we go back to our hash code. Okay. So how to declare variable in PHP? Just continue this code and provide another header. We'll showing you how to display variable values. Okay, for instance, when we are dealing with, you see here, I have the PHP closed, and we are back to HTML. Okay, when you write comment in PHP, this is comment in PHP. If let's say you need to put comment in HTML, this is comment in HTML. So see, it's slightly different lah. Comment in PHP, you can use the double slash, slash, and all the string in this line will be marked as comment or notes. So whatever, let's say you need to write comment in HTML, these are the comment format in HTML. And you can again open up a PHP code by doing this opening PHP tag and closing PHP tag. And to declare variables in PHP or to assign variable in PHP, you can use the $ n1. Okay, I have this number, and to separate between two variables, you can use the semicolon and 2, 5. And let's say we have here a result sama dengan n1 plus n2. So so these are some variable declaration. N1 we assign with number 3, meaning that 3 is the data that is stored in N1 variable. And 5 is a number that is stored in N2 variable. So meaning that if you are doing additional process, meaning that you have another variable name, which is result. And inside this result, you would like to hold or store N1 plus N2. Okay. So see that N2 is actually a variable here. Undefined constant, blah, blah, blah. You can see here, these are some sort of error message. Why? Because N2 is supposed to have $. Okay, $ N1 plus N2. So basically, you can get a result. You get number 8. Okay, you get number 8 in the result variable. So how to display this result? You can use echo, and you can do the concatenation, whereby you can have the result is $ result. So this is simple implementation of how to declare variables, assign a value into the variable, and also how to do simple arithmetic or mathematical operation on the variables. And this is to display the result. So the output, you can predict that the result is 8 lah, because you have number 3 in the first variable, number 5 in second variable, and the 3 plus 5 is basically 8. Okay, so go back to our localhost, refresh this hello.php. How to refresh? Press this button, refresh, or you can enter lah, refresh. Okay, see here, display variable values. The result is 8. So that is how you define a variable in PHP, how you do simple arithmetic operation and display the result. So let's say I change the number inside the first variable. And what is our first variable? 10 plus 5 supposed to get 15. Yeah, correct. The result is 15. So officially, I would stop there. And later we will continue with any question. If you have any question, you may on the mic and ask. Okay, before that, I will stop the recording. So anything you can simply write your question inside the comment. Okay, you can see the comment button. This course is available on YouTube, live stream on the YouTube, FSCM quiz. If you like to ask any question, okay, write inside your comment, inside the comment. Okay, guys, thank you very much.